guys, it's Simon. This is Pro Wrestling Unlimited as we are here on the, what's today's date? 21st of March 2021 to talk about everything that went down, or that's going down. I got so much going on today. I'm thinking it's like we're doing a post-show podcast. No, this is the wrestling wrap-up. We're here with a handful of news brought to you in one easy-to-watch video. As far as this video today does go, we got 6 different stories for you. It's Monday. We're talking Toni Storm and her butt ton of money she made over the weekend. What's Johnny Gargano doing next that he's been sitting at home playing video games on Twitch? We got WrestleMania odds. Gable Steveson is done with collegiate wrestling, and a whole big kind of update on Cody, WWE. Yeah, fucker signed. He's coming, and he's coming soon. But with that, I want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and Twitter.com/PWU Unlimited. Remember, if you are watching on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can help us out either by hitting that donate button down below or donating Twitch bits in the live chat. Also, remember, you can subscribe one of 2 different ways to support the channel, either with a tiered subscription or with Amazon Prime. Because if you say, hey, I ain't got the money to subscribe with the real money, but I got Amazon Prime, you take that Amazon Prime account, you take that Twitch Prime account, you link them together, bada bing, bada boom, you're Prime Gaming. In doing so, you get a lot of cool free things. You get free video games, like right now, Madden 22. You get free stuff for video games like Valorant, Grand Theft Auto Online, Fall Guys, and so forth. And the one thing that never changes is you get one free subscription to any Twitch channel you want to subscribe to throughout the month. And I greatly appreciate it if you subscribed right here, Pro Wrestling Unlimited. But on the flip side, if you're watching over on YouTube, you can help us out over there as well with a super chat or a super sticker donation. All super chats do get read live on the air. Excuse me. Also, if you hit that join button down below, you become a member of the Unlimited Army. Becoming a channel member gives you early access to news, early access to podcast episodes, early access to non-news videos, and so much more. Plus, you can do all of that, but more directly support us at patreon.com/PW Unlimited. And the final way you can support us, well, one of, and probably the easiest way, is, hey, you buying games on the Epic Game Store? You go over there getting that brand new Sifu or Elden Ring or Grand Theft Auto 5 because for some reason you haven't played that since 2013. Well, go to the Epic Game Store, and when you check out, it'll say, do you have a code? And you do. It's PW Unlimited. Use the creator code PW Unlimited at checkout to help us out and support us right here, Pro Wrestling Unlimited, or on your PlayStation, Xbox, or Nintendo Switch if you're playing Fortnite or Rocket League. Go into those game launchers on any system. And when you're buying stuff, make sure in the store you've got this code put in there, PW Unlimited. Also, this podcast is brought to you by HelloFresh. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But the first story I do want to talk about, kind of a quick hit thing. Toni Storm over this weekend. If you were following me on Twitter, I was giving you guys the updates on how much money her OnlyFans is making. This woman, right now, I can guarantee, I can confirm, is making between $45,000 and $50,000. And she launched this OnlyFans. Technically, she launched the page for people to subscribe last week, and then it went live with posts Saturday morning. By the time she was 24 hours in after posting the first photo, which 2 hours after she went live was already on Twitter, she was making, at that point, a few hours in, $25,000. As of right now, I can confirm to you that she is making between $45,000 to $50,000. That's just on base $20 subscriptions. But she's also doing what they call a pay-per-view, where she will send you a video in your DMs and you pay extra for that video or image or whatever it is, I believe they're usually videos, you pay extra to go watch that video and have that video unlocked for you. Just, yeah, very wild. Very wild to see that she is making so much money off the OnlyFans. And again, she's technically only posted one photo, and she sent out a what they call pay-per-view in DMs. So it's like, dang, because I can, like I said, I can guarantee she's making $45,000 to $50,000 just off the base $20 a month subscriptions. I don't know how much more she's making off this pay-per-view. I don't know how much she's charging for it, because I mean, I didn't subscribe, so I didn't get the DM. I don't know. But I don't know how much she's charging for the quote pay-per-view and how many people actually purchased it. She says, as of an hour ago, more content on the way tomorrow. This is only the first of many photo shoots. If you missed my pay-per-view, leave a comment and I'll send it your way. But I just thought with so much chatter that this got over the weekend, I had to quick hit on it. I had to quickly bring this up and just say, good God, Toni Storm making a butt ton of money. And I don't know how much she was making in WWE. But I could probably guarantee you that she was not in a position to be like, oh yeah, my WWE pay is equal to $50,000 in 2 days. You know what I mean? So, hey, good on Toni Storm for going out there and finding a way to stay successful, I guess you could say, to keep that revenue coming in and keep that revenue going. But as we move forward, we're going to talk about somebody else that left WWE in the year of 2021, and that's Mr. Johnny Gargano. As we all know, Johnny Gargano left WWE last December and hasn't done really anything in the world of professional wrestling outside of, well, playing 2K22 on Twitch. With that, Johnny Gargano took to social media to make an announcement. Let me pull up that graphic right here. Let's see. Boom, boom. That's not the right one. Boom, 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 boom. Johnny Gargano has announced that he will be at WrestleCon. He stated, quote, doing signings at Access was one of my favorite parts of WrestleMania weekend. So much so that I would always ask to do extra sessions if someone couldn't do it. Believe it or not, I have never done a WrestleCon. So it felt like a good time. Excited to see you in Dallas. So with that, he will be doing a WrestleCon signing. I don't know which day he's going to be on. I have not actually seen that. But yeah, very, very cool. He did post, I want to say, a month ago, right at the beginning of March, that he would be taking bookings. Email him. His email is out there, and he'll see which ones he wants and doesn't want to do. And this is one of them bookings that he wanted to do. Again, like he said, he loves doing he loves doing autograph signings. He loves that kinds of stuff. And him going and doing WrestleCon, I mean, it just all fits. It all really fits. So really cool to see that Johnny Gargano will be there at WrestleCon for anybody that is going to that show as well. Or that, not show, but event, I guess you can call it as well. As we move forward, AEW announced a very interesting, I guess you could say, partnership over the weekend. They're teaming up with DDT to bring some of the biggest and best DDT wrestlers to America from Japan. The announcement read, AEW's VP of Talent Relations, Christopher Daniels, has a message. AEW and DDT have come to an agreement to bring DDT's wrestlers to USA. And he can't wait to show American audience, the best of DDT. So that's really cool. They had a video that went out with Christopher Daniels, who again is the VP of Talent Relations. And apparently Kenny Omega actually had a lot to do with getting this deal off the ground running and going. Kenny Omega did send out the following tweet stating, DDT, which includes me, has been the best kept secret in wrestling for over a decade. It only took two of us together to change the entire wrestling landscape from 2010 to now. The next generation is looking to leave an impact. Be ready. So this is really cool. I know in that video, Christopher Daniels stated it. I do have the quote here. Quote, I'd like to say congratulations to DDT for their 25th anniversary. And I'd like to also announce that AEW and DDT have come to an agreement to bring DDT's wrestlers to the United States of America. And then goes on to say how he's the vice president of talent relations. He says, and I, for one, am looking forward to introducing the top talent from DDT to American wrestling fan base. So this is really cool. And he says they're coming to AEW, but I think this could be a really good thing for them to do with a ROH. If you need talent for ROH, you bring some of these DDT guys in for ROH shows. That is what I think they should do. I mean, yeah, maybe put some of them on AEW as well, but I think they could help get eyes on ROH, because now you say, hey, you've always known ROH from being international. Well, they're still going to be international, and here's some of the new guys that we got from, Japan and whatnot. Speaking of Ring of Honor, I do want to do one little quick hit right now. Ring of Honor, I guess you could say, do we call Tony Khan the president of Ring of Honor? Do we call him the owner of Ring of Honor? The general manager? What is he to Ring of Honor? That's the big question. What is Tony Khan to Ring of Honor? The owner, the president, the CEO, the general manager, the this, the that, the what, the who? I don't know. But Tony Khan did make this announcement that I actually haven't really touched on. So I'm going to touch on it right here. 2 weeks from tonight, Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor, ROH World Tag Team Champions Briscoes will defend against the Lucha Libre Tag Team Champions, the Lucha Libre AAA Tag Team Champions, FTR. So yes, the big, highly anticipated Briscoes versus FTR match will be taking place at Supercard of Honor on April 1st, which is a week from this Friday. A week from this Friday. That's going to be a jam-packed night of pro wrestling stuff. That night is going to be massive because you've got SmackDown. You've got the Hall of Fame. You've got Supercard of Honor. There's got to be... Hold on, let me look at something really fast. I think there's some WrestleCon stuff airing that same night as well. Let's see. Ooh, this is interesting. So that Triller Thuzio Super Show, there was like a podcast super show with Conrad, Jeff Jarrett, and Eric Bischoff that was also going to have Jeff Hardy on it. Will now also have William Regal on it. That's interesting. But if we look right here really quick, so that Friday also has stuff from the Collective, LA Fights versus JCW, the Supercard of Honor show, GCW, Gringo Locos the World on GCW, or the World on Lucha, Impact Multiverse of Matches, and Joey Janela Spring Break Part 6, or Spring Break 6 Part 2 is also that Friday night. That is a jam-packed... Oh, and GCW for the Culture 3, New Japan Lone Star Shootout. That Friday night is going to be so jam-packed. Again, let me run it all down for you. We've got Friday Night SmackDown. We've got the WWE Hall of Fame induction ceremony. We've got, and I'm just talking about Friday night. Like from the time like SmackDown starts, or maybe a little before that. The podcast Super Show thing with Conrad and all his guys. Supercard of Honor. Gringo Locos the World on Lucha with GCW. Impact's Multiverse of Matches. GCW's Joey Janela Spring Break 6 Part 2. New Japan Lone Star Shootout, GCW for the Culture, all of that in one day. In one day. And I think there's a reality of wrestling show too. I see here on the Fight website. Yeah, there's some reality of wrestling show with Booker, RVD, and Charlie Haas. Oh, damn. So next week's about to get crazy busy. Crazy busy. But as we move forward, I do want to let you guys know that this episode of the Wrestling Wrap-Up is brought to you by HelloFresh. Yeah, you heard me right. HelloFresh. HelloFresh is here for you, to give you some really cool stuff. Use code POGSE346 It's going to be in the chat. This is what they sent me. Use code. Hold on. I'll put this in the chat really fast. We're going to start this over. It's a little confusing the way they wrote it, but hey, it's in the chat for you guys. All right. HelloFresh, sponsor of this podcast. HelloFresh, use code POGSE3465 to get up to 16 free meals and 3 surprise gifts across your 6 HelloFresh boxes, plus free shipping on your first box at the link in the description below or the live chat right now. Click the link in the chat or use the code. You'll get 16 free meals. HelloFresh offers you so many different recipes to choose from each and every week to help you break out of your recipe rut. HelloFresh offers a wide variety of quick and easy recipes, including 20-minute meals, easy cleanup, and low prep options. HelloFresh gives you pre-portioned ingredients, which means, well, less prep work and less wasted food. So again, use code POGSE3465 or the link in the description below or in the chat right now, and you will get 16 free meals and 3 surprise gifts. Again, HelloFresh, here to help you easily get dinner going. But with that, as we move forward, we got to talk about WrestleMania, or like I like to say it like Santino Marella, WrestleMania. When it comes to us 2 weeks from yesterday, 2 weeks from this past weekend, in less than 2 weeks, and we've got just some betting odds. We've got betting odds for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6. Let me double check this. Let's see. We've got betting odds for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the so far announced matches. For the champions versus, well, actually, let me go bottom to top. So first off, Drew McIntyre is currently favored at a heavy 850, minus 850 to defeat Happy Corbin at a plus 450. In a tag team match as of right now, or actually this was posted, last update I saw for this was actually yesterday. Logan Paul and The Miz are favored at a minus 160 to defeat Dominic and Rey Mysterio at a plus 120. With the Raw Women's Championship on the line, Bianca Belair is actually favored at a minus 550 to defeat the champion Becky Lynch at a plus 325. With the SmackDown Women's Championship on the line, Ronda Rousey is favored at a minus 600 to defeat the champion Charlotte Flair at a plus 350. And finally, in the champion versus champion, WWE champion versus Universal Championship unification match, Roman Reigns is currently favored at a minus 300 to defeat Brock Lesnar at a plus 200. I know there are currently 11 matches announced, but we only have betting odds so far for 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, for 5 of them. So if we do hear anything else on the other betting odds, the matches like the Usos defending against Nakamura and Boogs, The Women's Tag Team Championship 4-way. Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn. Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory. And Edge versus AJ Styles. We will bring them to you. But speaking of WrestleMania, it looks like, well, Olympic gold medalist is coming to Mania in Gable Steveson. Yep. The latest, current NCAA heavyweight wrestling champion, Gable Steveson, retired from collegiate wrestling over the weekend. Looks to be coming soon to WWE. Over this past weekend, Gable Steveson became a three-time NCAA heavyweight wrestling champion, and he is already, a U.S. gold medalist, Olympic gold medalist. After his match this past weekend, after winning the NCAA tournament, he took off his boots or his wrestling shoes, left them on the mat, and said thank you. Sent out a tweet basically saying, "Thank you, wrestling." Dave Meltzer had the following to say on the just 21-year-old coming to WWE shortly, stating, quote, "I'm pretty sure that some clips of the NCAA tournament will be on Raw tomorrow night because he's going to be on the Raw brand as a regular very, very soon and with a push." In an interview released Monday afternoon with SI.com, SportsIllustrated.com, Steveson said that he plans to be at WWE's biggest event of the year and may be doing something more than just an appearance, as Steveson stated, quote, "I plan on going to WrestleMania. That's the first time WWE fans will see me and what I'm about. I'm going to put my heart out there." Now, it's not the first time we've seen him at a WWE event. We've seen him a few times in the crowds like Raw and SmackDown pay-per-views. And last year at SummerSlam, and I always forget her name, the female that did really well. I think she won a gold medal as well. The female that won the gold in wrestling. Can't remember her name. They had their own little segment at SummerSlam last year just to be like, hey, look at these great athletes that are hopefully going to be tied to WWE. Steveson, apparently, is signed to WWE. He was the first athlete signed in WWE's NIL deal, and now that he's done with college, they can sign him. Well, not done with college. I think he wants to finish off this final semester to get his degree or whatever, from what I heard. But he's all in with WWE. He could have done one more year of college wrestling because of the pandemic. They didn't end up doing a full season, I want to say, in 2020. And so the NCAA did state that anybody who was a collegiate wrestler in 2020 can get an extra season. Usually you only get 4, but you can get an extra season if you wanted. And I think he's ready to go. He said he's ready to go. So we'll see what is next. Corey Graves did send out a tweet yesterday saying, "Congrats, Gable Steveson, on an untouchable amateur career." Now let's get the next chapter started. You busy Monday? I don't know if he shows up tonight in Chicago or if they wait and just bring him out at WrestleMania. But if he's saying he's going to do more than just say, "Hey, hi, how are ya?" Maybe that means they got to set up some sort of a match with him or interaction altercation at WrestleMania. So, and Wrestle Nile in the chat says, very few people ever debut at WrestleMania. Very true. But this is a man coming in with a lot of hype. This is not just, oh, hey, they signed Joe Blow off the Indies. You know what I mean? Now, in our next story, we'll talk about someone possibly re-debuting at WrestleMania. But with Gable Steveson, he's coming in as a multi-time NCAA heavyweight wrestling champion. He's coming in as the current reigning heavyweight Olympic gold medalist. And so it's like, it's not like I said, it's not like they got some random guy that was like a 4th best college wrestler and they go, oh, even how about this? It's not like they got Kyle Snyder and they're going to try and debut him at WrestleMania. Kyle Snyder, very big in college wrestling, very well known to people that follow college wrestling. But with Gable Steveson, he is somebody that they're hoping, and I don't know this, but that I don't know how wide his reach is, but they're hoping that because he's an Olympic gold medalist, more than just college wrestling fans, college wrestling people know who he is. That's the hopes for them. That more than just people that watch and follow college wrestling know who he is because he won that Olympic gold medal. And they took that risk signing him before he even won it because, well, he was the favorite to win it. And he did it. So I'm interested to see how and when Gable Steveson comes in, exactly how well he gets pushed, and how... Here's the other question. How well trained is he already? Has he done any training? I would assume maybe he's done a little, but I don't know because he's been engrossed in what you would call real wrestling training. I mean, his brother was on NXT Level Up last week. His brother's had a number of matches. Let's see. His brother. How many matches has his brother had? Because that's the other thing. His brother's in NXT. His brother is in NXT. And people forget about that. But his brother has worked. Let's see. His brother has had... Why can I not pull up his cage match profile? They just don't have a cage match profile for him, I guess. That's very interesting. Yeah, they don't. I know he's worked a handful of matches. At least 4 or 5. So, I don't know. It's going to be very interesting because he's got no pro wrestling experience and going straight to the main roster. That's all I'm going to say. He's got no pro wrestling experience and going straight to the main roster. He's skipping NXT. I mean, he was drafted last year to Raw in the, quote, WWE draft. So, whew, boy, it's going to be interesting. His brother is Damon Kemp in NXT. DamonKemp. You'll go, oh, yeah, that's Gable Stevenson's brother. Watch, I'll pull it up really fast. Bobby Steveson is his real name, going by Damon Kemp, which is, again, odd that they changed his name. Because if for some reason Gable doesn't, I guess you could say, attach to this quick enough to the level they want, they can always throw the two of them together as a tag team. So if you have him in NXT as Bobby Steveson, and then Gable Stevenson's on Raw, and you go, oh, Gable needs some help. Bring his brother up, the Stevensons. Boom, there you go. I mean, they could always just change his name on the main anyways, but this is his brother. Whoop, right here. Let's, Damon Kemp in NXT. Bobby Steveson, the brother of Gable Steveson. But as we move forward and get into our final story, we got a big roundup, I guess you could say, of what is going on with Mr. Cody Rhodes. As far as Cody Rhodes does go, it came out on Friday night that Cody Rhodes has signed with the WWE. Give me one quick second here. So on Friday night, PW Insider did send out a tweet, or send out a report, put out a thing saying, hey, Cody Rhodes signed with WWE, and Cody Rhodes signed with WWE, what, 10 to 14 days ago. The same time, there were reports going around from one website, I'm not going to name any names, that talks between WWE and Cody Rhodes have fizzled out. It doesn't look like it's happening anymore. No. There was, from what I've heard, from what Dave Meltzer has said and everything, there was one very slight hiccup, and then he signed. One very slight hiccup. That's not fizzled out. He's not coming. Yes, I know, Fonzie, there's a little bit of a buffer. I did change the setting on my end, so hopefully that fixes it. So, as far as Cody goes, coming in, and he's coming in imminently. The plan that we heard as far as different reports from different people over the weekend was WrestleMania is when he's going to debut. He's coming in WrestleMania Sunday, WrestleMania Day 2. And I've actually heard that maybe that could be bumped up. Maybe he comes tonight on Raw. Maybe he comes next week on Raw on the Go Home show. I don't know, but the main plan was Cody just shows up at WrestleMania. The plan is still Cody versus Seth. That is still the plan as well. Cody versus Seth Rollins. So we'll see. We'll see what all that does mean. But Cody Rhodes is in. Everything we're hearing, from everything people are reporting, from everything that is going around, Cody Rhodes signed with WWE far back as 2 weeks ago. And I'm excited. I'm very excited. His sister even sent out a tease, stating that their father would be very proud to see what is coming next. And it was a photo of Dusty and Cody. So I'm going to be very interested in seeing what comes up with Cody Rhodes over the next couple of weeks as we get into WrestleMania. And if he doesn't show up till Mania, cool. If he shows up before WrestleMania, more hype on Mania. Awesome. If he's facing Seth and they set up that match with Seth, hopefully they do it in a way that doesn't... I'm not saying I don't have faith in WWE, but I hope that whatever they do to set up Seth versus Cody, if they set it up before WrestleMania, doesn't come off lackluster, doesn't come off as, oh, it's just a match, and lose all the Cody coming in hype. That's what I hope doesn't happen, which is why I kind of hope they just have Seth show up at Mania and go, you all thought I was going to sit at home? I had no path to WrestleMania? I ain't staying home. Yeah, I wasn't here yesterday, but I watched from... here's my pitch for Cody Seth. All right. Here's my pitch. Here's my pitch. Here's my pitch. Here's my pitch for how you set up Cody Seth. So night one is in the books. Seth Rollins is at home tweeting, posting pictures of him and Rue watching Mom at WrestleMania on television back home in Iowa, in Davenport. And in the next morning, we can start getting some cryptic tweets from Seth Rollins, like, I'm at an airport, like, I'm on an airplane, like, I'm in Texas. Seth then just comes out at WrestleMania, and maybe like Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville are in the back. They're like, Seth, what are you doing here? You're not booked for WrestleMania. You're supposed to be at home. What are you doing here, Seth? Seth, why are you here? He's like, I'm going out to the ring. And they're like, no, you can't. And then Seth goes out to the ring and just goes, you want to keep me off of WrestleMania? You want me to be at home watching WrestleMania? I did that last night, and I'm not doing that tonight. I couldn't sit at home for another night watching everybody else have a match at WrestleMania and me do nothing. He goes, I want to fight. I want somebody, whether you are from here or not, whether you go here or you go somewhere else, whether you're from the WWE universe or outside the WWE universe. And then that's when Cody comes out. That's when Cody shows up. And that's when Cody says, oh, hey, Seth, you said anybody, right? Well, how about me? I'll be your worst nightmare. Something like, I don't know. We'll see how that all does go. That's what I think they should do. Seth sits home on night one, posting videos and photos and everything of him not being there and kind of being like, man, I really wish I was there. This really sucks having to watch from home because they've hyped up really big. Seth's going to have to watch WrestleMania from home. And then I want him just to show up on Sunday and go, I couldn't sit at home anymore. I wasn't going to sit at home for another night. I watched last night at home with my baby girl, but now, nope, I'm here and I want to fight. I want to match. Somebody come out here and face me. That's what I want to see. That would be dope. Way to do it. To make everyone think Seth ain't even in Dallas, Texas. And then he's there. And then Cody shows up. Bada bing, bada boom. There you go. We all having fun. Speaking of fun, maybe fun. Tonight's Monday Night Raw. Before we wrap everything up, we got a slight little preview for tonight's Monday Night Raw as four things have been announced for the show. First off, Becky Lynch will address her attack last week on Bianca. Well, actually, was it last week? I think it was last week on Bianca Belair. Yeah, it was last week. Also, we do know that AJ Styles will be returning to the show tonight after taking two concertos a few weeks ago from Edge. far as action is concerned, the United States champion will be in action as Finn Balor takes on Austin Theory. And the Raw Tag Team champions will be in action against the men that they took the titles from, the Alpha Academy. So it's RK Bro against the Alpha Academy. But with that, guys, that's going to do it for today's edition of the Wrestling Wrap-Up. It's a bunch of news in one video. Well, thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PW Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and Twitter.com/PW Unlimited. If it's Monday and you're watching this because you're watching it the day it actually came out, then tonight we'll be live talking everything that goes down Monday Night Raw. So with that, guys, have a great rest of your Monday, and I'll see you later, whether that's for Raw or if I'm Twitch streaming on twitch.tv/TimmyBuddy, or if it's later in the week. We'll see you live again here soon. Have a good one, guys.